Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Emmanuel Agbogun don't come beg haters wey dey hate Tony Kabaka. He say make dem stop to dey spread fake information about Tony Kabaka. He say e get one post where dey spread dey go now. Say na Tony Kabaka dey sponsor cultists for Benin. Make I leave you, make you hear from Emmanuel Agbogun.
Yes. Good morning, my conscious Edo people. Good morning to you all, wherever you are. Today remains Wednesday, July 7th. And I believe in our society, days like this are, marked by a group of persons that fall under a category of association that call themselves, is it MBM or whatever they call themselves? But if I see what is going on in Benin across the youth strata of Edo, I believe that we are not really doing well to encourage love, unity, and peace of mind. Despite the fact that we all know that if there's any Edo youth today who has been badly beaten by this Obaseki-led government, it's Comrade Tony Kabaka Ado. I was surprised yesterday, even up to this morning, in over 2 or 3 WhatsApp platforms, Edo socio-cultural WhatsApp platforms that I belong to, there have been this falsehood spreading the air. I really don't know this person, but I think I have to just come out to showcase this. I don't really want to post this. And you can see if you see what the picture is saying here. If you can look very closely, it's saying wanted notorious cultists, and they put Tony Kabaka's picture and this other person who I barely know. And what the write-up here says that this group of persons are actually the ones sponsoring cult killings in Benin. And I laughed. I said, well, I had to pick up my phone and I called Comrade Tony Kabaka. I said, look at what is going viral on some WhatsApp platform. Are you... He said, Ima, if you have observed me these days now, I'm always on my own. I don't even want to talk. Because what I'm passing through, only God knows. But why on earth will I want to be giving people money to go and be killing people? If that is the case, why? And I laughed. Because I know Comrade Tony Kabaka to an extent that he is one man that does not believe in this cultism. He is one man that has come out. In fact, very many times when we sit down to discuss and we raise up issue of cultism, he said if government wants to stop cultism, it won't take Edo State government 48 hours to eradicate anything concerning cultism. And I laugh. He said, why? He said, arrest all the number one in all the areas in Benin and get them to sign that there will be no death in the area, and if any death happens in the area, they should be held liable. All the number one in all the secret court, don't arrest the particular secret court and leave the other. Go after all. And I laughed. I said, why? He said, because that's the only remedy. Because these people, they enjoy killing for no gain. Nobody is paying you to kill. You just want to kill because you feel that when you kill somebody, you are being celebrated. You are being, seen as a true member of the movement. And I laughed. I said, "Pa, are you serious?" I used to think that if you kill, that would be the reason why they will not make you the number one. If you are a good killer, they will continue. He said, no. He said, there's nothing like that. That these people are just killing for personal gains. And I decided to make an inquiry into that, and I discovered that it is true. So those of you who, because court killings is gradually recovering back and you belong to political interest and you feel that because these people are seen as political opponents, you want to begin to malign their person, their character, all because you feel that it will be a news that will sell, I think you are not helping the society at large, because what you are only doing is that you are diverting the attention of security agencies from the real actors. So the reason why some of us are out this morning is to talk to the generality of Edo people, particularly the leadership of the state and particularly our people. Yesterday you heard what Awilo said, that it is very hard to break a bunch of broom, but if it's a single broom, it's very easy to break it. But when it is in the bunch of the broom, you can hardly break it into two. And that is how cultism has come to to stay in the state. So they know how they are doing their best to sieve it out. As a young man, if we look at the number of people that have been killed in Edo State within the last 10 years as relating to cultism, you will agree with me that those people are more than enough to man a farm that will feed the entire Edo State, a mechanized farm that will manage the food needs, the consumption food needs of Edo people. So if we are losing this manpower for no reason, why would somebody who love a system like ours, a state like ours, keep mute? So my conscious Edo people, this is not an issue of saga, particularly to those of us who are in the APC and to those of us who are in the PDP. I watched a few days ago where the deputy governor went to see the road at Ogara, and I laughed. Some of us raised the issue of dilapidated road in Oredo here, Oredo in Benin City, that is not up to a 30-minute drive from the deputy governor and governor's lodge in the state. We never saw any move, but now because it's relating to Peter Akpatasin and the APC, they are now all out, forgetting the fact that he was once a legislator and he knows that legislatures do not do constituency contract. They only solicit it, and it is being done by the federal government. However, the APC chain is still involved. But that is not to say that I as a person, I am encouraging what the substandard job that have been there. No, it's what I preach against. Everybody knows that. But the truth be said, do not play politics with these issues. Let it be a real-time issues. There were roads that were also done in Edo South here in Benin City, where Kola Edopaye went to show the substandard nature of the job. Did we see the state government visit such projects? There are also other projects like that scattered across the state. I also went to Ipobaoka here, where I live, in the Ward 3 axis of Ipobaoka by the Ove Road. I also went to showcase that road. Did the government go there to look at whether what we are saying is true or not? So why play politics with even the infrastructural needs of Edo people? It's a question that we must sit down holistically and discuss elaborately as Edo people. What is the specification for making roads? Who are making sure that any roads that are coming to Edo State meets up with the specification that it is required of such roads? Is it just solely the business of government? What are the parliamentarians doing? What is the civil society doing? I overheard that the government of Edo State has hired SERAP, a civil society group in Nigeria that takes government to court all the time to manage a development plan of Edo State in 30 years. A SERAP that does not live here. We have civil society groups that are functioning, doing very well in Edo State, and they are not even carried along, but rather a civil society group from outside can manage a development plan in a state where majority of them that practice their organization do not live in. So when we see some of these things as enlightening people, we begin to look at the sincerity of purpose that follows suit. It is only people who do not sit down to understand what a society truly needs that will take such a decision. But however, to the subject matter of discussion today, please, I am begging Edo people. I am one man that can vouch for Tony Kabaka because I know his antecedent from being a tax collector to a revenue mobilizer for government, for revenue mobilizer to promoter of socio-cultural groups in the state, like that of Arabao and a few others that are also helping the state government in regards to the vigilante of the state. And also his antecedent as an APC member. As far as I'm concerned, he is one of those persons within the political divide as young persons that have got the worst hit from Edo State government. Destroying a man's investment that is valued at over 400 to 500 million overnight because of politics, and that man is still living, but the followership of politicians who have also won them in elections are not choosing to allow such people have rest of mind. The moment Tony Kabaka went to Lagos to visit Amigo, we saw how Abat, picked it up as if it was a business of governance or it was an issue. Abat has called me names. Abat has alleged me. He has called me all sort of name, Curtis, called me a freelancer, called me a jobless man, called me all sort of names. How many times have I used the police or the DSS to go and arrest him? Or how many times have I written petitions against such an individual? But the moment they saw Tony Kabaka, visit Amigo in Lagos, it became an issue. To the extent that threats were flying everywhere, as if Tony Amigo has done something that every other person is not doing. Yes, to an extent we agree that he assassinated the character of few individuals, but everybody knows that is politicking. In the way it is being done in Nigeria here, people call politicians name. People call politicians name. So we all know these things. But going as far as alleging Kabaka that the recent court killings in Edo State that is taking place is sponsored by Tony Kabaka and a man, I don't think that goes down well with my person, and I think very many other Edo people. Who are the leadership of these court groups? Don't they have leaders? Don't the politicians know these people? Why can't you put them on the table and ask them, why is this thing going on? What is the way out? We want to stop it. Hold anybody liable. Demolishing illegal buildings in Benin is not as serious as the court killings in Benin. The name it is causing Edo people. I was in Port Harcourt recently. The moment I just say, I don't forget, and I see where I did grow now, Port Harcourt I did grow now. See so person where I be, see my past, see so person. I be Benin boy, no, I be Benin boy. See where I from come. Na lie, Benin people na too dey kill now. You know get it. As we dey talk now, so they don't kill for Benin for court matter. They dey joke court matter dey play. Man, I was so ashamed. I swear I was so ashamed because I was expecting that with the much we are doing. In fact, in Nigeria, if there's any state that you have consciousness in civil society activities in this country, Edo State is number one. Consciousness as to organize civil society activities in Nigeria, I beat my chest to say my state is number one, and I also beat my chest to say I'm an active participant in this process. So when people begin to distract the issues of governance, just that in the state here, some of us are not given the resources to practice in a way and manner that will, show a true reflection of what civil society will be. There is no day that passed out in Edo State here, no week that I don't bail more than 2-3 persons from different police stations in Edo State. There is no day, there is no week, sorry, that I don't bail Edo citizens for trivial issues that the police will intend to want to extort them for. There's no week I don't intervene in police stations across the state. There's no week. I also know comrades that there's no day that they will not intervene into matters. So my conscious Edo people, I want to appeal to your conscience. Yesterday we also went as far as giving Edo people those group of persons that are currently doing a lot to nip crime on the board. I put their numbers out, people like Awilo, and in the course of this broadcast also I will still repeat his number. If you see that a group of boys, because these boys before they go and kill, they must gather somewhere. These court boys before they go and kill, they must gather somewhere, they must sit down somewhere, they must plan from there, and people sell drinks for them, all this mokite, monkite, agbo. They sell all those I call it intoxicants that they consume that put them on a spirit. They drink, get high and smoke before they proceed to do all these killings. It's not with clear eye. So one thing we must understand is that if we as a society choose to eradicate this thing, even when the members in it do not want to stop it, I think what we need to do is that we, the society ourselves, need to be a source of a helping hand to these persons. Now look at it. If people gather, for instance, in my area now, and they intend to kill somebody in Abo Park, and I take my phone and say, oh Bob, the way all these court boys they take gather for here, Mona show, Mona you consider that they day, if una come in like 20-30 minutes, when I go meet them, and those people respond ASAP, they come, they search them, they recover the arms, they recover the bullets they want to use to go and commit this shooting, and at the end of the day, nobody is killed. It's not a plus to our society. As I speak to you, in my own neighborhood, I was in town yesterday. They said they came. It was like an entertainment film. This one was shooting, that one was shooting. At the end of the day, they shot 2 people dead, 1 person dead. Sorry. Just in my own residence, the Igbo quarter of my area, a young man that goes about his business, driving keke and doing general hustling. They just came in the name of courtesan. He has been shot dead. He's dead now. He has a child. That child tomorrow, only God knows how the child will feed, if the mother has the wherewithal to take care of such child. When there's no fatherly support, how will the child feed? What is the hope that that child will become useful to the society tomorrow? So these are the issues. And another thing I've also noticed again is that when we are trying to talk about issues, people like this Uyi or Saibovo, people that just think that because they have had the opportunity to talk to some of us, we just say, Afana, what's up, hey? Then they just consume. They just assume of what they believe is my person. That young man for the past 2 days or thereabout has been insulting me, calling me a drunkard, calling me all sorts of names, calling me all sort of funny names. But I choose not to reply to him, because I ask myself, if a man who has social media and every now and then they are blocking for insulting people, and each time I'm on a live video he runs to my wall, each time I post he runs to my wall to comment, that shows that the message I'm preaching is really affecting his mental load zone. If not, otherwise he will not be reacting the way he's reacting. Very many of them we have since gone after politics. I expected them who supported the government to be showing us and telling us how the government is spending our internal generated revenue, and also how the government is managing our FAC allocation to the state, and also what is the role of the government now that the local government is saying that federal government has said money should be paid directly to local government. Now that we don't have local government chairman, what are they doing with the local government resources that is different from other states? As far as I'm concerned, one of the states that ought to be role model to others in this kind of democracy that we are practicing in Edo State, and we have come out of it, is Edo State in this country. But what are we seeing? What are we seeing? So for me as a person, it is what I believe I can contribute to my society that I will do. If my voice is heard by many, and at the end of the day, people get information of what's going on. As I speak to you today, sitting with my social media and my phones, I am doing works for people that runs into millions, managing investments for them in the state that runs into millions. So for me, I don't see it as an avenue, to abuse the privileges that the Western world has made possible for us, because the invention or this invention called social media and technology and Facebook and telephone is not an African invention. It is a foreign invention. So I would use it positively to impact in my society, not the negative way. I ask a simple question here. What are those people who told Edo people that Edo will develop more, Edo will turn to Singapore, Edo will become another little Singapore? What are they doing now that the state is in a state of, progress, or the state is in a state of how will I describe it? Stagnant. The state is not moving forward, it's not moving backward. Every day is a Kenwa road, a Kenwa road, a Kenwa road. I was shocked that a road that I was thinking that was constructed by the state government was done by the Ministry of Nigeria Delta Affairs. That's an APC road. I will show you that road today. The state, the APC has done that road. I've not seen the deputy governor walk past that road. That's a federal government project done by APC in Edo State. And I think it would have been attracted by also an APC member or a PDP member at the federal level, either from the House of Rep or this in his constituency. So if the opposition in the state is not talking, and those who are ought to be enlightening us, because I don't know how government is being run. I've always asked it that we receive more than 5 billion naira in this state on monthly basis. How do they spend this money? Nobody choose to say anything meaningful to us. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've discussed very far. I never planned to talk much to this extent, but the truth be said, the reason why I came up was not for politics. It was solely because some of us wanted, the issue of Tony Kabaka not to be taken beyond the way it is. Tony is somebody that if you are close to him, you will know he is more better than very many persons who claim that they are good people. He's somebody I know. He's somebody I know to his bedroom. Somebody I know that if he's to do something, he will do it because he wants to do it. If he's not doing it, you will see him calm and cool. And thus far, Tony is the only person who has come out to say, this is who I am. And if government want to stop courtesan, this is what and what they will do. Those people who are in the court, who are not saying that if government want to stop courtesan, why come government is not meeting them to stop the courtesan, that those of them that say they can do it, and those of them who know that they are the leadership of, who government know that they are the leadership of this court group, why are government not calling them to order to talk to their members to desist from such act and hold them accountable if their members go about killing people randomly, like what we are saying? People kill and get away with it in the name of court. Is it that they are above the law? Yesterday I discovered, which is what I'm going to be hammering on anytime soon, because it's not only the executive and the legislature that will criticize in this country. The judiciary, the way they are granting bail to courts in Benin, I think it's high time we as Edo people look into it, because you cannot catch a courtist with court to size when in a robbery scene directing to court, you give him illegal possession of firearm, you grant him bail. That same courtist is back to the street again. What do you expect him to do is to go and meet those people who caught him and begin to maim them and terrorize them. So these are issues. But however, all of these issues cannot be discussed in a day. I have a whole lot. People are also waiting for me. If you observe, a car just drove in, and I have a whole lot of appointments to meet for today. But as I rightly said, let Edo State government focus on who these court groups that are killing and their leaders are, and arrest them and get them to stop killing our people in the name of court. And for those of you also who enjoy alleging people because you believe that we are still playing politics when you are already in government, you don't know. If Pastor Ezeyamu was in government, my modus of activism, people will understand that we are really projecting Edo to be a developed place, not what we are seeing here. I expect people that have more bigger platforms than us on social media should be showing us and telling us what government is doing differently and where government is putting Edo resources, so that we can understand where we are going to, what we are heading as a government, not this up and down, backward and forward that we are currently experiencing. I expect somebody like Abat or Sakwino Coding, Ebrostone, to be showing us projects. Apostle Inosa is even trying. The other day was showing us street light at Ring Road. He drew my attention to it, that they were already doing something about street light. But the question to ask, why remove the ones there and put a newer ones when we already have the ones that are working there? Why don't you put them in roads like Upper Mission Extension and others, so that we make our development, pursuit an interactive thing that carries Edo people along? But for now, because the government is not working, they are all after making money, seizing vehicles in the road in the name of Puhoff, making more money, collecting revenues to themselves. That is what they are after now. They are not concerned about the development of Edo State. But once again, I am not that person than Comrade Agbogu Emmanuel. I will continue doing my own quarter to advance the cause of my society because I believe a better Edo State is what will guarantee me of a better life at old age. So once again, I am Comrade Agbogu Emmanuel. If you like, insult me. If you like, give me kudos. If you like, share this broadcast. But all I appeal from you is to share this broadcast before we leave. I am no other person than Comrade Agbogu Emmanuel. I'm also going to share it on other platforms because we are actually wanting Edo State to be a better place. Thanks for your like if you're the ones giving that to me. Before we leave, we also want to share. If you have not shared this broadcast also, please do us that favor by supporting us, not with your money, but as you're watching, share the broadcast. 23 people as I speak to you now have also been sharing this broadcast before I asked for it. So if you are watching with me, we're over 84 watching. If you're watching with me live, you can actually do us a favor by sharing this broadcast before we leave. It is to advance the cause of our society. That's why we are currently doing what we are doing. So activist is about to sign out. It will be of great pleasure if you assist us in making this go further than what we have actually had today. I am no other person than Comrade Agbogu Emmanuel. It is a share that we ask for. We are not telling you to donate or to come and donate money for our voice to be heard. You know, we are not pastors, secular pastors like you have in Nigeria today. So on this Tony Kabaka issue, please, Edo State government, encourage Awilo to fish out these boys. Awilo is really doing a great job in Edo State. Encourage him to fish out these boys and smoke them out, and also tell your judicial system. Thank God the Attorney General is a very, 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 very enlightened fellow. She should also see how she should manage the situation of things by ensuring that these persons are not granted bail. If you have 1,000 of these killer people in the jail in Benin City, there in the correctional centers, Benin City will be calm. All this pocket of crime will not be as we are currently witnessing it now that is resurfacing. So once again, I want to say thank you if you're just joining me. Pa Ben Sinikbe, I want to appreciate you. Iye Koyo, I want to appreciate you. Sir Bush, Sosa Sunday, I want to appreciate each and every one of you who have shared this broadcast today. Do not forget, there are more times for us to meet and discuss the issues as it affect us as Edo people. But this morning, make una leave hand for Kabaka. Kabaka not be anybody trouble. Bye for now. God bless you.
Now we don't hear from Emmanuel Agbogun. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things where they happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you now with this video. Make you help us share them. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.